and welcome back to my diaspora journey. Yeah, I took a pause there because when you're basically using your platform for different series, sometimes you have to take a pause to ensure that you're using the right title for the right thing. I know we've not done my diaspora journey this year. However, this is going to be the first episode, and this time we are going to be focusing on counseling, coaching side of things in order to improve our mental health and well-being. We all know that immigration or any changes in life that lead to a big transition can cause a lot of things in our life, can help us to improve our mental health, but also it can also lead to the deterioration of your mental health and emotional well-being. So, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Abia Sonia. Thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube channel. And today I've got a very, very interesting guest for you today. All my guests are always interesting. I've got Mr. Charles with me today. Hi, Charles. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this with me. Thank you and welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure being with you, AB. I call you AB because I normally call her AB, ABS. Yes, it's a pleasure.
Thank you so much. So before we start, I'm just going to quickly explain the differences between coaching, counseling, and mentoring. So mentoring is basically you trying to help someone go through the route that you have already been through. So, for example, if you're a medical doctor and you want to mentor someone through the route that you've been through, basically letting the person know so that their journey do not take as long as yours took, and you can also advise them based on what you've done and the best approach to take to do things. That is mentoring. Sometimes it can be just someone that you know at work or your manager at work that is not doing the mentoring with you. It can also be a friend that is doing similar career as you. Some mentorship are also paid for as well. And in terms of coaching, coaching is about helping to improve your life. So you understand where you are right now in order for you to get clarity to move on to the next stage where you want to be in your life. It can be in a career, it can be in parenting, it can be in any aspect of your life. But basically, you are focusing on the present. Sometimes, depends on the modality you're using. If you're using NLP, which is the neuro linguistic programming, you may have to dive back at the past in order for you to be able to have clarity on how to move forward to the future. In careers these days, we have career coaches, we have different coaches in different aspects of life. But in terms of counseling, counseling is way different. Counseling is talking about your cognitive, your emotional side of things. So is digging deep. Most times in counseling, you will have to go back to your past in order for you to understand the behavior or the significant experiences that has impacted you so much that is not making you to make the choices that you're making in your current life or in your current stage in life that is not sabotaging you. So counseling is quite deep. Coaching is also deep, but it's not much. So now, in terms of the differences, I've just clarified that. I hope that makes sense to most people because sometimes we do say, "Oh, I'm a counselor, I'm a coach." In my case, I'm both of them. I'm both a counselor and a coach, but I use different modality. In my coaching, we use the NLP, we use the emotional freedom techniques, and the counseling is mostly person centered. Now, I'm going to be asking Mr. Charles different questions based on the coaching side of things today. It's very, very important for us to, I like live experiences, for us to hear from people that have used whatever it is that we're talking about. Because if you ask me, I might be biased towards it. And I'll tell you, it's all glory, it's all nice, it's all lovely. But if you bring someone that has been through the experiences, they will have more overview of what it feels like. So thank you so much, Charles, for coming today. I will just quickly run through the questions, just trying to position my questions. So living in
Okay.
diaspora can be very, very challenging for various reasons and for different things, especially in terms of job, in terms of trying to get your head around family and things like that. The first I'm going to ask you, have you ever been coached before? And if yes, what was the goal of coaching? Your coaching.
So, yes, I will agree that living the diaspora is really challenging and it
Mm-hmm.
can bring so many issues like make you feel doubt yourself, changing from one environment to another environment. You have that environment shock. Um, you actually have expectation that you're going to be someone immediately when you actually cross borders. But unfortunately, things doesn't work the way you expected.
Mm,
That will lead to kind of self-doubt, like, am I this person? You understand? So if someone does not have maybe a friend that are actually in line with that aspect, like in that environment that is in line with what your career goals are, you might end up going down the drain.
yes.
So that's why I believe one needs to have someone like a coach or somebody that can bring him out from that. So going to your question, that how did the coaching achieve my goals? Um, First, I would actually like to use an example with you. When you actually came to me saying that you have a coaching service and like you want to actually come and coach me, I was like, wow, that's an opportunity that
Mm,
one can make use of. And I had this I'm kind of person that have sometimes I just say I'm gonna do something, I'll have to do something, and end up not doing it.
mhm,
And this has been lingering for a long time. And when I got to hear about your coaching, I said, okay, I think I need somebody that can hold me accountable for anything I'm doing. So I think that's one of part of the achievement goals that the coaching helps with. It helps you with your guidelines, it helps you with your goals, it helps you with your interpersonal skill, ambition, make you have a personal, make you improve your relationship with your peers. So that's how coaching ensures my goals in life. And I wanted to increase my career perspective, like improving my career. So that coaching actually helped me doing that. So I don't know if that question has been answered. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely, Charles. Definitely, it has been answered because now you've just said that you've experienced coaching before and it wasn't career. You see, that's one thing I like about these different modalities that we use in terms of coaching or maybe counseling or maybe
Mhm.
mentoring. Your own case was on the career side of things. And
Yes,
what
it
I
is.
hear you say there that you procrastinate, don't we all? We all
Yeah, we
procrastinate,
do a
right?
lot.
We all do a lot. And I love another word that you use, accountability.
Yes,
Sometimes we just need someone other than ourselves to hold us accountable to the things that we say we want to do. Because sometimes it's as if 24 hours is not enough for us to do what we want to do. And a change in environment can even disrupt everything.
yes. It is, it is because sometimes you're like, oh, I'll do the next day. Yeah, I'll do the next day. And in the end, you find yourself 10 years and you've not actually done your goal. I'm not saying everybody, but life can take a toll on you,
Yes.
especially when you now, okay, you gave birth to children, you now have to take that time. You think you now wish that, oh, you have like 26 hours, but it's not possible. So how
Yes.
do you try to put yourself back in order? That's why sometimes you actually need help from somewhere. There's no shame in asking, like, okay, you know what, I need you to put me on accountable of what my daily duties. These are my goals. Then it could be that your goals might be so vague that your coach will put you down, like, okay, it's not achievable. Like, come, this is how it's done. Um, then it'll make you see a better perspective about yourself. And once you have a deep discussion with your coach and end up telling you your goals, it might lay down in a strategic way on how you can achieve that. So that's why I feel everybody in their life has gone through such, but it might not be directly called coaching, but
Yes.
yeah, someone must have gone through this level. That's why I feel coaching and mentoring are somewhat same. There's a borderline in a way, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of close. Everybody has been coached by someone. So where it's going to be a danger about coaching is when you do not understand yourself.
Hmm.
At the end, you feel that I am this, I am that, but you're in denial. You're not telling yourself the truth that I need help. You end up procrastinating. At the end, you end up doing 50, 60. Then that regret comes in, like, oh, what have I been doing this my life? That's not
Yeah.
good. That's not a place where you need to be. So if you find a weakness in you, and you know you cannot do it yourself, you need someone, you ask for help, like
Mm-hmm.
someone that's been there, or someone has experience in such things like career progression, or maybe if you're having family issues, you can go and meet someone who has been, like an elderly person that can give you an advice on such things. Those are bits of coaching as well. I can coach you,
Yeah,
like you can do this to achieve this. That's what I
yeah,
believe in. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I like the part that you said something about, you know, just admitting, even
Yes.
admitting that you need support alone is
Yes.
actually the first step to take. I love the fact that you also talk about the dangers. It's not actually, is it actually the dangers of coaching, or is actually the dangers of not getting a coach? Because if you don't get a coach, when you said that 50 years, 60 years, time will just be going and you wouldn't know. By the time you look back, what have
Yes.
I done with my life? Right?
Yes.
What
Yes.
have
It's
I
it.
done with my life? Yeah, definitely. And the thing is, that's where you said there's a thin line between coaching and mentoring. You are absolutely spot on.
Yeah.
They cross over at some point. However, the difference is in what you said about advice. In
Hmm.
mentoring, your mentor would advise you based on the journey that they've been. That don't take this course, it will take you longer to
Yes.
achieve your career progression.
Hmm.
But in coaching, you are not told what to do. You are given clarity
Yes.
on what you said about your goals. If it's very
Yes.
vague, you will never achieve it. Like someone that is not even earning yet, and then you say, I want to start earning 50,000 per month. It's
Hmm.
not possible. That
Hmm.
is just an illusion. That is a wish that will never come true. That
Very
that
true.
will, that will frustrate you. That will make you feel overwhelmed because at the end of the month, if you don't have the 50K, you're like, I'm just gonna give up, right?
Hmm.
Or it will even set you up to do some things that you're not supposed to do. Now, in terms of coaching, you get the make it smart. Make sure your goal is very, very smart. And once
Yes.
it's smart, then you can take reasonable action. With
Action.
coaching, it's not the big step that counts, it's a consistent step that you
Hmm.
take in the right direction that will
Hmm.
make you successful. Because as coaches believe that you have all the answers to what you want to do. All you
Hmm.
need to do is that clarity that you were talking about.
Very true.
Now, my next question is, can you just tell us, your experience with working when you were working with a coach? What was the experience? What was the process like?
Um, I think if I remember, the experience was the interaction where the coach um sat down with me and listened to my concern, my in-depth concern, and made me empowered me with some strategy on, okay, like, okay, yes, this is your ambition. Actually made me set my goals, and made it a strategic points, give me strategic points on how to achieve them. That was the first experience I had with my coach, and we now actually had our weekly, um, was it weekly? Yes, weekly meetup, where we now show an accountability. I show my accountability progress, my progress, and if I do not meet up with the progress, then we will now see how we can re-strategize our daily goals. So, for example, we had a course that we needed to finish, and we had to give our strategic objective that, okay, a particular period of 3 months we're going to do this, and the next 3 months we're going to do that for us to achieve this goal, because it was a
Mhm,
really difficult course. So we definitely, I definitely went met up with the coach, and we tell them my progress,
mhm.
and actually reduce procrastination because I didn't
Yeah.
want to um how, like, that was the right word, to disappoint, because I see the coach as highly esteemed, so I didn't want to disappoint myself as well, because
Mhm,
we had an agreement on paper that this is what you need to do.
mhm,
I'm not going to procrastinate, and there's a promise I made myself. So I made sure that I looked at that, and I think she made me put it on the wall to look at it and make sure I don't go off my own commitment.
mhm.
So those were the experiences. But at least that's what actually helped me, because I noticed if it was just me, I would definitely tell myself I'm going to read it next day, no problem. And I know I will
Mm-hmm.
not read it next day. But when I found out that somebody was there to look over my shoulder and said, "Come on, you're not going to get away with this. You must finish your task." That was actually was a great experience for me. Then also why I enjoyed it in the coaching was I'm a kind of deep person. I don't really speak out. Since when I was born, I never said anything in my heart or my mind. I think the only time I actually started saying things in my mind was when I've married my wife. So yeah, but I never.
You need to tell Madam now. You need to explain yourself to Madam.
Of
Hence, she's
course, I
not
have
going
to.
to give you the green light. That's right.
Oh my goodness, if I don't, man, she knows how to read minds, man. So I have to tell her my mind. So, but right from time, I never would spoke to anything from my heart, even for my parents. My parents would ask me. I'm kind of this deep person.
Mm-hmm.
So even though when the thing is actually hurting me inside, but I just keep quiet. So I needed to say something because something was actually affecting me, and I noticed that my performance was not that great. So I needed to speak
Mm-hmm.
to somebody, and the reason I had that trust in the coach, like, okay, this is what I need to do, this is what I need to do. And the church was never judgmental. Like, she
Mm-hmm.
actually listened and was like interested and was actually wanting your goals to go further. Yeah, so that's my experience with the coach. So coaching is really good. It makes you express yourself, like tell you this is what I want to do. Then if you're building skyscrapers in the air, also she'll tell you that that skyscraper will fall down, come down and create your foundation. And
Hmm.
that's why actually that experience I had with my coach.
Right,
Yeah.
fantastic, fantastic, Charles. From what you've said now, you said it helped you to be able to identify your goals. So it seems like your goals was breaking down into actionable steps,
Yes.
which you could see every time. It just make it easily attainable.
Yeah.
And when you were seeing all these things, you prompt yourself to be able to take the action. And if you
Yeah.
don't want to take the action, you just remember you don't want to disappoint yourself. You don't want to also disappoint your coach. You just want to carry on. But the most valid point there is not disappointing yourself, knowing that if I don't want to take this action now, it's not like there's always tomorrow. It's like I am disappointing myself. I am making this process longer, right? So you realize that. Another thing, that's accountability as well, for you to be taking responsibility for it and being accountable as well. Another thing you said there is trust. You know, trusting the person enough to know that I can express myself on how this not being able to meet this my goal is dealing with me or the way I feel about it. And I trust you to be able to keep it confidential and to be able to help me to achieve my goal, support me, and just help me to navigate this process. That was very, very key. So if you're out there, you want to get a coach, make sure you get a coach that you you can work with in collaboration. But remember, you still have to do the job. You still have to do the job. You still have to remember that you are accountable not to the coach alone, but also to yourself. And another thing, there must be trust and know that the person can keep your information in a very confidential way. That's why coaching is different from friendship, right? When you have a friend, you can tell friends things and they can go and tell your next friend. But in coaching, you are held by that confidential agreement not to say things that was discussed in the room with any other person. So thank you so much, Charles. I think you've actually covered some of the questions that I was going to ask. You've discussed your experience. Right. Okay. What do you think made the coaching session work for you? Because meeting with someone once a week, sometimes like I need this time to do other things. But what made you commit to it? You are muted.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay.
So what made me think the coaching was successful? Is that the
No, what
question?
made you commit to it? Meeting with someone 1 hour as in to discuss your progress every time. Sometimes some people are like, I'm tired, I don't want to commit to this. But what made you commit to it to to the finish until your project was completed? What made you
Yeah,
commit to that session, those sessions?
yeah, because I think it was basically the goals. Actually made it clear, and it made me see that it's achievable. When you're gonna get to your goal, and I can do this, and he to make me believe in myself more. Like, I need to see if I can get this done. It's more like a challenge now. Like, okay, I've committed. I have somebody that's going to push me. I need to get this done. So it's the end goal that was made me committed. and it actually
Mm.
paid off because um, when I saw like I was in a career that was not like it was good, but I needed to go higher.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, when I saw that career, actually thought like, nah, it's not going to be achievable. You know, when you see some CV, some what do you call, what's that word? I forgot the word. J JD, job description. Yeah,
Oh
JD.
yes.
So they will tell you so many things there. Like you think it's an astronaut that suits that job, you know. But but when I actually said, okay, you know what, I picked out the things that was required to get that job, and I said, okay, fine. How will I do that? But I know I'm going to procrastinate. But meeting the coach made me feel like it only took me like maybe we actually had a career goal for a year to
Mm-hmm.
broke it down in 3 months specifically. So I noticed that the first 3 months I achieved so much. Like the reading, I actually studied to get so many things within 3 months
Mm.
and understood at least maybe half of what the job spec is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, I said, okay, let me try again in the next 3 months. So that was the motivation. Like, okay, if I can achieve this in 3 months, I can do that in the next 6 months. And I did
Yes.
it under 6 months again. And believe me, I completed the curriculum and everything. And I had that confidence, and which made me apply for the job. And eventually I got it. So
Mm.
basically, it's basically the end goal. Like, I knew what I wanted. I needed to get there, but I needed help
Yeah.
to get there. Although some people say I can do that myself, but believe me, that some people they can't, you know, and due to so many challenges they faced, the confidence, believe me, you need confidence all the time, you
Yeah.
know, and you need confidence knowing that you can do the job, not that you have confidence and when you get there you'll fall out. You know, till
Yeah.
date, that confidence, that practice, um, that practice I did for almost 6 months made me have that um habit. That's what the habit now. So every day I
Wow.
do myself, I give myself smart goals. What am I doing? Because I got that from the coach. I never knew that all these things you have to think strategically, and you have to think about okay, what can be done, what do you need to do by this month? Is it possible? Put it on the burner for now and do the one that
Mm.
is achievable. So that's what helps me every day at my place of work. I'll say, okay, what will I do today? I have to study this, I have to study that. Okay, let me do this. And it's helping me every day of my life now. So
Wow.
it's the experience that also actually helped me. So that made me committed.
Yeah.
Uh, the end goal.
Yeah. Everything that you just said now is just it just kind of it's just fantastic. That's the beauty of motivation. When you're motivated and you've achieved that thing you want to do, you can go back and revert to what you used to be.
Yeah,
However, when you repeatedly do things over and over again, most people said for 3 months,
yeah,
that's when it becomes a habit.
yeah.
And then you are able to, because it seems like you discovered your success model in the process of your coaching.
Yes.
Because you looked back, you did reflection, you look back at, I was able to achieve this. These are the job description that I thought, no, this is not real. I was able to achieve it. And then you replicate it from what I hear you say. You
Yeah.
replicated it because he gave you a result that became your success model. And
Hmm.
then you replicated it again and it became a habit which you then took forward to do every time. And
Yeah.
success is inevitable. That's what I can hear you say there. And that is
Mm.
the beauty of coaching. You are not told what to do because what works for you, you knew what will work for you. Because it seems like you've been able to set those your goals daily, help you to manage your time, help you to manage the things that you give your energy to, help you to know that okay, I've got this commitment. You said prioritize. I love that word.
Yeah.
Prioritize. You were
Yeah.
able to prioritize the things that need your attention the most. And
Hmm.
then other times, because most people don't know that we all have different energy cycle. Like for example, early in the morning, a lot of people can be very, very energetic. So anything that will make sense at that time, they set it in the morning. There are some people in the night they get clarity. They want to just do more in the night. Sometimes it's during the day. But with what you said, when you are able to understand yourself more, you understand your energy cycle, you'll be able to manage your time properly, you'll be able to prioritize based on what you're doing. Because if you don't plan your day, anything can fill up your time. And at the end of the day, you look back and say, what did I do with my time? I don't know what I did with my time, but you lived that day, you succeeded that day, but you don't know. You can account on the productivity level for that day, and that can set us back a lot. So if you are new in diaspora or if you are anywhere in the world, it's very, very important that you take these things into consideration. Like Charles said, just know what you're supposed to be doing at the right time, and coaching can help you with that. So I think you've dived into most of my question. So based on your experience in coaching, right? Oh, the first thing, what did you find challenging? Because I know that some people find it challenging. They say, I don't need to pay, I don't need to do anything. Yours was, I know you said you didn't even think about it at first, but when the offer came, you were like, oh, this could work. I could use it. So for people that are finding it a bit challenging, I know I don't need a coach. I don't need a coach. What was your own challenges before you decided to not experience it? What was your challenge?
As I said, the thing that was actually bothering me was basically procrastinating a lot. The challenge was a lot immense. Like, "Oh, I'll do it. We I'm kind of the person that we do the last thing at the last minute, and I'm not like that. I need to plan. I noticed that sometimes it will help, sometimes it will burn me really bad. So that's not way to live. Especially when
Mm,
you have a lot of when you have kids around, you need to prioritize your time. You know how you have to focus your time with your children, and at the end, your
mm,
career is key. You need to focus on your career. So the challenge was basically that, and I needed to improve my my income as well. So the challenge to from your question is what the challenge of the coach, and also the coach was basically I wasn't comfortable at first to speak out same time, and but I needed somebody that to talk to in a way to say, okay, I need help. But that pride in me, in a way, was also pushing me back as well.
mm,
Like, what do I need a coach for? What did they know? Is it not just to speak and say goodbye? No. And that's what I felt at the same time, but I didn't know the meaning. But when I found the coach and said, yeah, um, this is it. This is how it's done. It now explained a lot of what it is. And that's okay, that's not a bad thing. I can give it a try.
yeah.
So basically, it's that first attempt that, okay, I want to try and let me see if it works. And I noticed that it works. And then when I listened to the coach well, very well, I noticed like, okay, it might work, you know. But the challenge at first was basically speaking out, like, I don't need help, denying in denial, telling
Yeah.
everyone to myself, telling lie to myself that I can do it, which did not work. I said I can do it, but I've procrastinated for like 2 years. I can do it, and I saw that the time is not there anymore. And I
Mm,
said, okay, now I need to stay focused. So, but that's it. That's what the challenge I had before. But
right.
certainly, it's not easy for me now. I can now speak out, and at least I've learned so many things. I brought out so many things from the coaching, like be great smarts and be accountable, and um, don't set goals that are vague.
Mm,
Vague needs to be simple. Like, just keep it simple and
yeah.
something achievable. If you always once you get um, if you achieve something, give yourself a reward system. That's what I actually
Yes.
learned so far. So anytime I achieve something, I take good care of myself.
I like that one.
I take myself out, give myself a treat. Of according to where we come from, it's not beans. Yeah,
Definitely, definitely,
yeah,
definitely, Charles.
yeah.
You
That was a
know,
challenge.
yeah, a lot of us, the ego, the I don't need anybody, that independence. We're taught right from a young age that,
Yeah,
just keep going, you'll be okay,
that's
But
that's that's why I keep saying, like, the ego, like, oh man, I don't need it, but you need everybody. You need anybody
yeah,
to help you, in this life. Even If there's a spiritual growth, you need your pastor to help you. You can't tell me you know everything in the Bible. You need somebody to coach you to understanding the Bible, you know. So there's so many things you need help with. Even your parents were coaching you when you were young, but they call it
Yes.
in another name parenting. But yeah, they actually could give you a lot of coaching for you to be
Yeah.
a better person. So coaching comes in different ways, in different names. Although we in the dictionary we have to now define what is the coaching and mentoring, but in a way we coach, you know, we tell them like this is your, which is what you need to do, you know, like when you have kids now, we definitely coach our kids to tell them children, tell them like, oh, this is what you need to do, this is how you work, this is how you sit down, compose yourself, you know, like in a way. And coaching, I think if I'm not wrong, coaching is the same as teaching as well, but it's not that far apart. um so yeah.
Yeah. So coaching, teaching, mentoring, counseling, they all have something in common,
Yeah,
which is the support.
support, yeah, exactly, that's the word. Yeah.
Yes, which is the support. They all have something in common.
Mhm.
So that's a spot on. But the difference is that a teacher will model to you, but
Yeah,
a coach will help you to use the right question to extract that answers that is inside of you out of
yeah,
you. While in counseling, counseling is more of reflection and more of empathy, more of
yeah.
more of that. Less questions in counseling, but there's more questions in coaching. In counseling is more of the emotional side to help you
Mm,
process those emotions that make you feel overwhelmed, that affect your mental health and your emotional well-being. But
yeah,
coaching, you need those questions in order for you to be able to think that I want to progress in my career. I want to be able to choose a better lifestyle. And
hmm,
then with the questions, as a what could you do? What time do you have? You could tell someone, I want to study for my um, maybe exam. And you're
mm,
like, I don't have the time to read. That's the problem because I look after the children, I go to work, I did this. But a coach would then tell you, okay, give me a breakdown of your daily routine. And
activities.
by the
Yeah,
time exactly, and by the time you give a breakdown of your daily routine, then you'll be able to see that 24 hours, you're not really that busy. There are
yeah,
gaps here and there that you can easily slip in your study time for you to be able to achieve that which you desire.
yeah,
Then a counseling side of things, with that, you're feeling overwhelmed. What exactly is making you feel overwhelmed? It could be is the choices that you're making. You could be a people pleaser. And if you're
yeah.
a people pleaser, what is making you please people? Do you want them to validate you? Why do
No,
you want them to validate you? You
yeah,
understand? So you can
hmm,
see the difference there. A teacher
yeah,
will tell you, oh, no, this is how we study, this is how we do this. A coach will tell you, give me your timetable. Let's have a look at it together and then
mm,
we'll break it down. A counselor will look at it from a different perspective. I'm
yeah,
feeling overwhelmed. What is making you feel overwhelmed? And they will not exploit because I'm always doing this for this, doing this for that, doing this for that. You seem to be helping a lot of people but yourself. What
yeah,
exactly are you getting? As in, there must be something that emotion is feeding you. You trying
hmm,
to help everybody but not yourself. And you could
hmm,
realize that, oh, I am a people pleaser. Okay. You
yeah,
realize you're a people pleaser. There must be something is giving you. When I please people, it makes me happy. You can see counseling is focusing on the emotional side.
yeah,
Coaching is focusing on the strategy for you to be able to move on. A teaching is modeling that behavior for you to be able to copy. So they are all supporting you, but in different dimension that they are using to support you. Isn't it amazing when
yeah.
you look at it like that? Yeah,
Very true. Very true.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is the last question now. Okay. When do you think is the best time to look for a coach?
When you're in self-doubt, you know, when you feel the line is still moving forward, like your goal is like a mirage, you need a coach,
Mm,
you know, because you definitely you think you get there, but believe you need help, you know, like especially when you're in the country and you are so confused, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to start from, you don't know, like your ideas everywhere in your mind, you need a coach. If you know you have maybe your personal life is you're having a personal life issue, so maybe your wife, your children are not really doing well with you, definitely you need a coach to help you as well. Although um some people might put it in context that you need a your spiritual father, but I would say all they're all coaches in a way. They'll help you be the person who you are. Maybe some people don't maybe have a self-doubt. um some people that they might be a mediocre to everyone. They're not confident in reaching out to people. Definitely you need you want we have to know why you're not why do you not have that confidence. You need that coach
Mm.
as well to help you bring you out the inner person in you. So that's where you need a coach. So don't keep yourself um in that cocoon. Come out like
Mm.
a butterfly, the true person who you are. And believe me, everybody's great, but
Yes.
how can you be great is the way is a manner of of your manner of solving your innermost challenge.
Yes.
Yeah, because you have that little voice in your head that tells you, "Oh, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this?" Putting your confidence down. Every day your confidence go down, you're going in a steep place, and that might lead to depression. You don't know.
Yes.
So you have to come out from it. If you're a very lively person, maybe in your life you've been getting so many things at once, and at the end, when you came to the diaspora, you came to this country and nothing's working out for you, that can lead to depression because nobody actually have experienced that failure. But
Yeah.
in life, it's okay to fail. Some people don't believe that it can fail, but that's why you need a coach to help you come out. Like, come on, life is like this. You need to come out and put your jetties to keep back to your feet. So there's so many ways, examples that you need coaching.
Yeah.
So, but my own is once you are giving yourself doubts, come out from it quickly before you end up stuck and
Yeah.
you'll never come out from it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles, for
Thank you.
your awesome contribution, and congratulations on your progress as well. And
Yeah.
also, gifting yourself that habit. Seldom will I hear a man say that I rewarded myself for
Yeah.
achieving something, and you having that as a habit is actually just music to my ear to listen to.
Yeah.
That you reward yourself, because sometimes we are on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. You
Yeah.
don't slow down to reflect, to evaluate your success and give yourself a pat on the back and say, hey, well done. You did that. You did that. So well done. So thank you so much for making it a habit. And if you have any other contribution, because that was a very, very lovely um way you answered that last question. But now the questions are over. If you have any other contribution, now is the time. And then we just wrap it up now. Thank you so, so much. That's
Thank
just
you.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you for having me. And I hope this reach out to people that need it and um, always come out, seek for help anytime, any day. Because there's someone out there that's ready to help you. But
Mm,
just speak out. Speak out. That really helps. Speak out.
yeah.
Then you'll be so surprised what will come out in the conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. And thank you so much, Mr. Shaz, once again. A lot of people think, oh, it's just talking. It's just coaching is not advice. Coaching is not mentoring. Mentoring is not coaching. It's different.
Yeah.
And if, in case you're asking yourself, if you find those that are doing, what will I say now? If you find those that are doing some services, offering some services with regard to coaching, please grab it. And coaching is not free. You have to pay for it,
Mhm.
because people take time to do these courses, like myself. If I tell you how much I've spent on my training, coaching and counseling, they are almost like medicine, doctors, because we are constantly updating our knowledge, and these things cost money. So paying those few quid for you, for few pounds, for you to be able to then achieve more in life. Like, look at what Mr. Charles said. He said he paid off in the end. He got the promotion he wanted. He got his dream job that he wanted. And when your income increase, then you can also do other things, whether individually or as a family person. And there are some people that do some discounts as well. Like, for example, there are some months that I normally do pro bono, where I just do 2 sessions to help people for clarity sessions. So keep your eyes out. If you find that, grab it. If you need some sessions that you need to pay for, do that to be able to move on to the next stage. It doesn't cost much. The amount of money that you spend on fine dining sometimes if you spend it on that, it will be able to move you up forward to where you are going. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles, for taking our time to join us today. And for the viewers, if you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? You need to subscribe because we're going to be bringing different guests to talk about counseling, to talk about the areas, other areas that you need counseling for. Because there are so many areas that we Africans, for example, we don't even explore. Like when someone is bereaved, you don't want to explore counseling, or maybe when you've gone through loss. Loss does not always include death. Loss could be a loss of job, it could be loss of confidence, it could be loss of different things of your mental health and your well-being. It could be disease related. It could be that news that just knocked you off. It could be a disappointment that changed everything about your life. So please subscribe so that when I upload these videos, you will get an alert, you get a notification, and share with your friends and your family as well. Thank you so much. I remain your host, Abyssinia, and it's a bye from me. Bye, Charles.
Bye. Bye.